Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, after landing back in this country from Italy, Ruto has embarked on his 4-day tour of Bungoma County. He's referring to it as working tour, but we know this is campaign tour of UDA or Kenya Kwanza in Bungoma. And all is about attempting to counter Raila Odinga's influence in Western, because Raila, he has been around here in Western region. He got a lot of massive support from the people on ground. So it's all about trying to, balance that equation. But the worst thing for Ruto is that when Raila went to those areas, he was only going there to mobilize for the ODM party. Hakuenda na pesa, hakuenda na maendeleo kwa sababu Raila hana uwezo wa kushughulikia ushuru wetu. Now Ruto went to Bungoma in the name of bringing development, but he ended up being heckled, being told TAWE. TAWE is a rejection, is no. That is now the huge difference there, something that is angering William Samuel Ruto. There's a very serious discussion or debate about the Nzoia Sugar Company. The issue of privatization and leasing is a discussion there. You find out that Kenya Kwanza has an idea of privatizing most of those companies owned by the state. There was such kind of a plan, but there's been a lot of rejection from the people, even through the court. In fact, Ruto was looking for a way whereby he can remove the power on having a say when it comes to privatization of the state-owned companies. So now that power will be with the executive, where he does appointment, where he has the power. There was such kind of an issue. Now with all this, Bungoma is rejecting privatization of the Nzoia Sugar Company. But Ruto is trying to convince them that it's not about privatization, it is leasing. Because the fact remains that when you are privatizing, you are transferring the ownership of a government entity to private. Leasing is when a private entity is renting asset from the government. That's the difference. So he's telling them, no, we are not privatizing. We are just leasing. It's a very serious argument. And look at this. We need more strong, vibrant leaders like Honorable Wamboka Jack. He's a man who walked into William Ruto's event, not to join him, but to tell him the truth. And above all, you should listen to the reaction from the people when he said that we don't want Nzoia Sugar to be privatized. The reaction from the people tells it all. Ruto also responded, but first of all, listen to it before we go to Ruto's response and Gachagua.
Ukasema mimi nikikuwa rais wa Kenya nitafanya mambo matatu. Jambo la kwanza, nitalete factory kwa siku 100. Jambo la pili, nitalipa pesa ya wakulima wote.
Now, the fact is that this visit is facing total rejection on day one. And to prove you on this, you just have to listen to Gachagua in reaction to what the ground was supporting and what the member of parliament told them. Gachagua is wondering why everything in Western is TAWE, TAWE, TAWE. Everything you are just saying TAWE, TAWE. It tells you the frustration that they are facing in Bungoma on day one. Area where there is a perception that they got huge number of votes. We don't know if this was manipulated figure or the reality. But now you check on the ground, things are different. So Gachagua just got angry and is wondering why everything here is TAWE, TAWE, TAWE.
Sasa ukija useme kila suluhisho ni tawe, hakuna shida, na ulete suluhisho, unaongea mambo ya kusaidia ama ya kuharibu? Lazima uambie watu ukweli. Ukifika hapa useme iko shida na upeane suluhisho. Lakini uwezi fika kufurahisha watu kusema hii ni tawe, alafu naketi.
Now, when you look at William Ruto's response to the people in acceptance with the statement from Honorable Wamboka Jack, it tells you that this is a man who is frustrated. You see a frustrated face. Ikifika kiwango president anaambia watu atisita kubali huo ujinga. You know, look at that language. It tells you that he was frustrated. It was a surprise that people do not support what he want. You know, it's like he is being stopped from doing the plan that he had in Bungoma, which seemingly is unbeneficial to the people, but to him and his close allies. So Ruto is attempting to convince people that indeed he's not here to privatize, but to lease. But then if that is the truth, then why is he angry with the people and Honorable Wamboka? If they're in agreement that they are not going to privatize, why is he angry in his statement? That is the question also.
Namna hiyo, mimi nataka niwaambie, hakuna kampuni ya Nzoia itauziwa mtu. So kama kuna mtu anafikiri atakuja kununua hii kampuni, atafute kampuni ya kununua hii haiuzwi. This will not be sold. Hii ni mali ya watu wa Bungoma. Tunaelewana? There is no privatization, there is no sale that is going to happen here. Tumekubaliana? Hakuna mtu atanunua hii kampuni. Ile kitu tutafanya, we will have the right management that is going to make sure that they pay the farmers, they pay the workers, they run the factory, and they pay a dividend every year, either to the farmers or to the great people of Bungoma County. That is what is going to happen.
Now, as we conclude this discussion, just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Unajua wanasema, kama umewahi umwa na nyoka, na uone gamba la nyoka, unakimbia. So Bungoma people have been once bitten by the snake. Anytime they see element of the snake presence, they get scared. They get worried. They get concerned. I'm saying so because of the issue to do with the Webuye Pan Paper in Bungoma County. A huge property with nuclear land. It was sold at a throw price. So because of that, anytime they hear of privatization of any of the entities in that county, they are not comfortable with that. They just lost a huge property with very little amount of money. So when they hear of privatization of Nzoia Sugar Company, they get worried. They want to understand, is it leasing? And for how long? How are we going to benefit? Agriculture is a developed function. I am wondering why the national government is still holding to some of these entities, you know. Parastatal kama Nzoia Sugar Company should be handed over to county government. It's agriculture. It is, you know, developed function. Why are they still holding at it? Uko juu. So the people do not want to privatize their property. If it's leasing, them no. How is the county government going to benefit? So Ruto had to explain this. I want to tell you, this is a language that he is just trying to use. There could be a serious issue there. That's why the member of parliament is talking about that. From the word go, he had a plan to privatize most of these entities. Several parastatos zikuwa privatized. That is his plan. But he's meeting rejection in Bungoma. So he has to make a statement that will be accepted by the people. It is better for the Bungoma residents to get more to understand all plan about the Zoya Sugar Company. Is it leasing? Is it privatization? If it is privatization, it's going to go at a very low price. Of course, the entire plan, you might find out that senior government officials might be using a back door to, to reduce the price, to make sure that they are reducing the price in terms of the asset and the entire property. Then at the end of the day, they come and buy it at a very low cost. So with all this, they remain the beneficiaries. But the people on the ground end up losing. The land there is a huge nuclear land owned by the community. Walipeana bure hawakuuza. So why would someone come and take over just on a throw price? Waharibu bei na wachukue. People are refusing that. So with all this, we are seeing William Ruto, who is not comfortable with the position of the people on the ground. So he has to lecture some people, use some language, language that is not acceptable there. And that's the situation there. So Bungoma is a no, goes on for Ruto, is all about TAWE. It is no. So in whatever he's going to do there is always going to be TAWE. People are not in agreement with the William Samuel Ruto.